Hi, Gravity Taps here, and I'm excited to share yet another message with you. And some of you we got to spend the weekend with, and I was so excited to play games with you and to go swimming with you. That was so fun. Now that's a wonderful memory. And I know that you have started school. Many of you have started school. And with school comes some challenges. Besides just learning, we have other challenges that come. For example, have you ever noticed how we place labels on ourselves? We even allow other people to put labels on us. For example, labels that I have are, I'm a grandma, I'm a wife, I'm a mother, I'm a friend, I'm an author, I'm a student. Those are all labels. And what about you? Are you thinking, well, I'm a fifth grader, or I'm a first grader, or I'm a kindergartner, or I'm a preschooler? I'm a daughter, I'm a son, I'm a sister or a brother, I am a friend, I'm a student. All of those are labels. And those are good labels. And labels help us to identify who we are, kind of to define or describe who we are or what we're doing. And they can be helpful at times. But did you know that labels can also be dangerous? They can. For example, if we compare ourselves as a student with someone else who's a student, and then we think they're better, then that can be harmful for us. Or if we think that we're not as good as an athlete or a musician, that can be bad. And so another way that labels can be dangerous is when they conflict with our true identity. Our true identity is that each one of us is a child of God. These papers that are coming off, they represent labels, and I'll talk about those in a minute. But when they conflict with that identity, that can also be dangerous. For example, some words we take as labels, such as smart or dumb or pretty or ugly or lazy or hardworking. Some of those conflict with who we really are. So we need to be careful about those labels. And because when we focus on those negative labels, or when we start comparing ourselves, then all of a sudden our self-esteem, how we think about ourselves, plummets. It dive bombs. Or sometimes our spirituality, how close we feel to God, kind of plummets also. So we need to think more about who we really are. And I want you to play an imagination game with me right now, okay? And I'm going to stick some more labels on like my face. And these all represent some of those labels that we put on ourselves or that other people put on us. And I want you to do this imagination game with me, okay? I'm going to stand up. And if you want to stand up, you can do that. And what we do is with our finger, draw a circle around ourselves, okay? So like on the ground, there's an imaginary circle. And this circle is going to catch all of our labels. And so do this with me. We're going to wipe these labels off, starting at the top of our head, and we'll work down our body, okay? So we wipe them off of our face, and we let them collect in this circle. And we want to make sure we get them all off our face. Maybe there's some on our head or our ears. We want to get all those off and just dump them in that circle. And then wipe them off our shoulder and our neck. We want to make sure we get them all off. And then our arms. We need to do both arms because you know what? Sometimes those labels get stuck all over our body. And then we do our chest and our belly. And we make sure we get them all off. And what about our back? That might be kind of hard. And if you can't do it, you can just imagine because this is an imagination game, remember? So we're wiping those off. Oh, and another one got stuck right there. And then we do our legs. And we just see all of these labels piling up right there. Remember, make sure you get them all off. I have one that's sticking right there. And then our feet. Do I have more on my back? Oh, I do. One more right there. Okay. Now, if you can stand and balance on one foot, that's great. I'm going to use something to hold me up, but then wipe off your foot and then step out of the circle and wipe off your other foot and step out of the circle. Now, imagine a huge pile of labels or emotions right there in that circle. Now, look up and imagine a bright light coming down and hitting that pile of labels and just consuming it. And all of those labels, those words, just evaporate into the universe. All right, now they're all gone. Now, take this label. This is the most important label. I am a child of God. This label is important because this is our true identity. I am a child of God. You are a child of God. We don't have to earn this. We don't have to do anything for it. That's who we are. And when we remember this, I'm going to take a look at my notes because I want to make sure that I share with you why this is so important. Because God loves me, He loves you. He accepts me just the way I am, and He accepts you just the way you are, and just the way I am. And when we try to do our best, He is with us, and He helps us to improve and to be better. And He comforts us, and He heals us. And He can help us even see others as a child of God also, and to see them as our brother and our sister. Even when someone might be mean to us, we can still see them as a child of God and know that God loves them just as much as He loves us, and that we can be nice and kind, even if someone isn't nice to us. And sometimes that happens at school. And this title gives life meaning more than any other label. When we know that we are a child of God, we know that we have the potential to become as He is, and that He will help us in that journey. And His love is freely given. And when we remember this label and who we are and let that define us, then we can think, okay, so if I am a child of God, I want to act like He does. And how does He act? He's loving, He's kind, He's forgiving, He's patient. He's temperate. And we can strive to develop these same attributes in us. And when we remember who we are, when we take this label and stick that to us, then we can take these other labels and put them on here, such as a friend, or a daughter, or a son, or a student, or a musician, or athlete, or artist, or writer, or anything else. And he can help us make these labels even better. So he can help us become a better sister, a better brother, a better son or daughter. And he can help us experience great joy in these other areas of our lives. I know that I am a child of God, and I know that you are a child of God. And as the school year continues, I hope you will remember this most important label and act like a child of God would act. You add value to my life. You are so important to me. And I have joy in being a grandmother because I know that I am a daughter of God. And I have joy in being married to Papa. And I have joy in learning new things and in sharing them with you. Until next time, this is Grammy Taps signing off.